Hey guys, what it is yo girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the drama life prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping. Because you got to hold your breath for justice. To see justice before all face to bleak. Yes, hiss your girl Cadillac. Anyways, I'm coming through today, the last 7 minutes of October the 3rd. Just got off of work not too long ago. And I wanted to finish the video I started from this morning. So this is actually going to be part 3. Part 1 was me responding to a comment that someone left me. One of those usual suspect type comments that, of course, you're going to get that type of stuff to people that sit and waste their time watching a whole video so that they can directly oppose what you're saying. Like, I don't know who does that, but there are people that do it. So they watch the whole video just to leave an agitation comment. It's just a comment to get under your skin because they clearly did not listen to anything that you said within the video, right? So I have part 2 that I started where I'm going to try to rephrase the comment because I don't have my notebook with me. And girl, I'm just... when I got that notebook, girl, my stuff come out really, really good. But it was basically saying, yesterday was my husband's birthday, 44th birthday. It also was, now they call it was national, but now they're calling it International Wrongful Conviction Day. And I find it very, you can say ironic, but I believe it's prophetic that my wrongfully incarcerated husband's birthday is International Wrongful Conviction Day. Like, that is because, I had been doing my testimonies, but nothing is new to God. Like, God knows from the beginning to the end. So when Mr. Marcello Jackson was born in 1981, God knew that in 2002 he would be wrongfully incarcerated. He did not know, but God knew that. So he knows your beginning from end. So he knew that on that day you would be born on October the 2nd in 1981. And when did they say? I was looking it up the other day. I believe the first National Wrongful Conviction Day was 2014, if I'm not mistaken. So he knew that was going to coincide with the same dates. That's crazy. Well, not even really crazy, but that just shows the strategic, just master planning of the Lord. So I always honor that day. I know it is not just my husband. My husband has a really bad sentence, but I do see in the hope that he doesn't have the worst sentence. And I now, seeing all the people that are wrongfully incarcerated, I find it to be a blessing when you have an out date. Even though you're wrongfully incarcerated, to have an out date is still a blessing. So my husband has done 23 years, but he spent 24 birthdays incarcerated wrongfully for something that not only he did not do, it's a fabricated crime that never happened. So it's imaginary. You could have wrote it in a book and it could have been a character, like a play or a plot, but never actually happened in real life. So he is in prison for a scenario that was concocted, right? That's why there's no evidence to align to back up that whole scenario at all. If anything, whatever evidence that was in the case proved my husband to be actually telling the truth. The evidence is more in his favor than against him. That is why they also had to take out the exculpatory evidence in his case, because had they presented the exculpatory evidence in my husband's case, he would have been found innocent. That's why they had to hold that back, right? It's almost like having winning cards and the person with the deck takes all those winning cards out purposefully. And maybe he puts all the winning cards in one person's hand on purpose and then tell you to play fairly. And then when you can't win because what you need has been taken out, they tell you, oh, that was a fair game. Go on, go on. You lost fair and square. And you like, the jail I did. So I advocate for my husband. I have been doing it forever. Nobody else is going to do it. At first, I thought when a wrongful conviction happens that there will be people to help and assist me. There's organizations, there's lawyers that take on those type of cases. This is the mindset, because this is what people tell you, and this is what you kind of already think in your mind. Because I once too had that biased mindset, because baby, I grew up in the same society y'all grew up in, so how could I actually not, but one day it's like everything is snatched back and you see it for what it is. It's almost maybe like when Jason, when they snatch his little mask off and you see that horror behind that mask. Well, I seen the alleged justice system without the mask of, because I liken it to a narcissistic relationship. Narcissists wear a mask, so their mask allegedly is keeping you safe. They mask all this stuff that they do with keeping you safe. So you see that mask of keeping you safe, but if you ain't pulled that back and you ain't seen that ugliness that's behind it, you think the mask is the actual system itself, allegedly. So I really was posting. I usually post every day, but I did several videos yesterday, and I got some more. I want to do some throwback videos of how we celebrate Marcello's birthday, because we do not forget Marcello Jackson. We do not forget the people that are behind the walls, behind the bars, because it could be us, by a spin of the wheel. Not because you're too good, not because I'm too good. I'm not out here in society because I'm too good. I'm out here by the grace of God, and that alone. Because it could have been me. Y'all don't want me to hit that rap. I ain't going to hit it right now. But it could have been me or you. Though you think you're too good, think it couldn't happen to you. You're not a criminal. Well, they got many people that are not criminals allegedly locked up in their prisons. So I don't know what to tell you. You just have this imaginary safety net, which if you knew it wasn't there, you wouldn't jump, right? Allegedly. But I uploaded several videos, and it was so ironic. The day before International Wrongful Conviction Day, Phil from Africa Diaspora News was posting a video about how in the jail, basically you saying that BLK people commit all the crimes, like most of the crimes, all the crimes, that's from us. That's why we massively incarcerated. That's what we get for doing all these crimes. And then it says that we're the highest rate of exonerations. Number one, it is hard as jail to get exonerated. That's nearly impossible. That is nearly, I'm going to say it's impossible. But because the fact that it happens every now and then, I can't say it's fully impossible, right? But it is just about impossible to get exonerated. So to see the amount of exonerees, and to see that the large, vast majority of exonerees are BLK, that should tell you something's wrong. But to those that believe the mask, it doesn't tell them something's wrong. It alerts to their mind that, see, that's what they get because that's all they do. They deserve that. So I'm good. I uphold this whole system because I'm good and I'm righteous and I'm holier than thou. And I uphold this system because the system, I believe, the mask that's keeping us safe, allegedly. I could never be in your place because I don't commit crimes. But isn't that the same thing that innocent means? My husband's innocent means my husband committed no crime, but it doesn't translate. They do not get the memo. It just goes right over their head. So I went to answer that irritating comment, because that's not the only person that feels that way. You know how many times I heard that on this whole journey of fighting for my husband's freedom for 23 years. You're going to hear that almost on a daily basis. You're going to be taken aback when someone's actually listening to you. That's what's really going to take you aback, when somebody's actually saying, oh, you are right. That's going to take you aback. When someone said, I've been through the same thing, that's going to take you aback. But those average, same old, everyday answers, and when you have those type of answers, I can tell that you're still fooled by the mask, right? So it doesn't, there's no purpose in me battling you, because I know your mind is closed and you're not interested in learning the truth, which is fine. Not everybody is going to accept the truth. Most people will discard the truth, right? And accept the lie, allegedly. So they said that, yeah, the reason y'all are massively incarcerated, basically, and wrongfully incarcerated at a high rate is because y'all commit most of the crimes, allegedly. And of course, you're going to be blamed, and that you're trying to say that all COPS are YT. I'm like, I listened to that whole video back again. I'm like, when did I even infer that? It's not a battle of the demographics. That's why they get offensive and defensive, because it really is not a battle of the demographics. It's a battle of the system, allegedly, that is showing the mask. But I'm telling you what's behind the mask, because you support the mask and I support the tearing off of the mask and ripping it apart and getting a real system, allegedly, that actually does keep us safe, that actually does give the person justice. We're opposing, right? So it's not the opposition of you, it's the opposition of what's behind that mask, allegedly. So to finish up, I'll link that in the description box if you'd like to go back and watch it. But where I left off, I was trying to say it's like the Power Rangers, where they were basically humans. They were individual humans. Though they had these little superpowers, they could do the best kicks and punches and all of those things, but they were still human. That's how we are in this society. Individuals, we can understand human to human, right? But when we come collectively together, when the Power Rangers came collectively together and became that machine, that robot, allegedly, that's when they were super powerful. So collectively, all of us together are being used to be that super machine, to hold that system, allegedly, intact, 100% intact. It cannot be broken down. It cannot be penetrated. It cannot, but you're doing it you're on the wrong side. It's just like that dream I was telling you about. I'll link that in the description box, where I literally thought I was on my way to fight evil, and I woke up and found out I was on the wrong side. I was fighting good, not evil. I was being driven to go fight against what is righteous. And you better wake up so that you could find out what side you're really on. But all of that is my thoughts and opinions. But it got to the point, and I'm about to run out of time, which means I'm going to have to. But, the Lord, I'm letting him take over. This video went the way that it was supposed to go. I prayed before recording the video, so he took it a different way, right? Instead of it going what I had intended, because I intended to tell you the how I was not inferring that all COPSs are YT. That's stupid. That's just stupidity and blind and ignorant. Why would I do that? What I was saying is that they align to the system, allegedly, that whole, and that system does what is programmed, allegedly, to do. If you program software, the software ain't gonna do some stuff that you ain't never programmed into it. It's gonna do what you programmed it to do. And if it doesn't, you're gonna go in it and you're gonna fix the bugs. You're not just gonna let the bugs and the viruses eat at your software, are you? You're gonna fix them. You're not gonna say, "Oh no, they're there to keep us safe." Those are there for our safety. But in this situation, I don't know. It's like we have no common sense when it comes to things like this, but whatever. But I was going to say how the COPSs that basically have a hand in my husband's wrongful conviction, because they all came and told untruths on the witness stand, because when they come in, they are considered to be a higher level of witness. Whatever they say, I don't care if the pieces don't align, they don't fit, it don't make no sense. They're going to go with their word because they have a higher credibility. For what reason, I don't know, but they do. So when they tell untruths on the witness stand against you, you stand basically no chance, even though made no sense. There's one truth, right? They have 3 different versions of the truth that conflict with one another. But it's still said to say that they're all true. Even though they could point out, hey, you said he ran, but you said he stayed. You said he did this, but you said he did that. But you said this. But even though they pointed out all those conflicts, and that none of it aligned with the 2 alleged victims. Their stories conflicted back and forth. Hold on, you said that. No, wait, but you said this. But, well, hold on, but you said you didn't see his face. But you said that. They conflicted. So that's 5 different conflicting stories. And in the end, the jury says guilty in all highest. Makes no sense. The jail, but that's what they did. Then the judge jumped in there and was like, okay, well, I want to give you life, but I'm gonna give you 40 years. Like, the judge couldn't see through all of that. But now I know, because I seen behind the mask. I know how it goes, right? Allegedly. But in my husband's case, the one that fabricated the evidence, the sworn affidavits and stuff, that stuck the weapon onto my husband and then excused it from not being present as evidence because he gave great search and couldn't find it. So that excuses the fact that you don't have the tangible weapon you allege he had. But we're still going to have it have as much weight because we're going to charge you with that weapon, which took a crime from 10 years to 40. So you get 30 extra years, 30 for a weapon, yet I don't have weapon. I don't have your fingerprints. I don't have your DNA. I don't even have you don't even have on you the amount of money that the alleged victims that are conflicting one another, say that you took from them. You said you took that. That's just like I gave that analogy where I had a purple purse. And I report that someone stole my purple purse. They robbed me of my purple purse, right? And you go find somebody that has a red purse. And you say, here's your purse. And I can't say, that's my purse. Yes, lock them up. They robbed me. The purse doesn't align. Just as the money didn't align. So you had incorrect money that didn't align. That was Marcello's own money. He just got paid. Right? You have no weapon, but you're charging him with weapon. And all of your witnesses conflict. And there clearly was video evidence and you deleted it. You took it out. You didn't allow it. Why are you doing that if you're trying to get to the truth? What purpose is that how do you get to the truth by obstructing? It makes no sense. Like how, that's just like when you need your child to tell you the truth, do you go and set them up and when they tell you a story and it makes too much goddamn sense, do you go make it somehow that's not true? You go with whatever they saying. You go and you research it. And most times you can kind of get down to the bottom of it and figure out what happened. Or you could figure out what didn't happen. Because the fact that you did not find a weapon, you could have canceled out weapon. The fact that no one's powered, ain't no blood nowhere, ain't no nothing happened. You could have canceled weapon out. Okay, I don't know if you robbed them, but I definitely know you ain't got, where's the weapon? There's nowhere that you could have discarded it. This is not a superhero movie where the ground opened up